Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to show you all the books that I will be reading this month. I know that I'm a little bit late. I know, but I still wanted to show them to you, basically. So one of the first books that I really want to read this month is Immortality. If you know this book, you probably think that this is a shocker, honestly. This is actually romance historical fiction. I know, weird for me, but honestly, this is the second part after Anatomy, which I actually loved, honestly. I don't know if it's maybe because I just needed something light, but it worked. It worked so well. And I loved it. Basically, in the first one, we're going to be set in the 1800s in Edinburgh. And we're going to follow two POVs. The first one is a woman who wants to be a surgeon. And of course, at that time, it was forbidden. So she disguises herself as her brother and tries to learn anatomy, basically. And then the other one that we're going to follow is a resurrectionist, which were the grave robbers, basically, at that time where they took the bodies. So the doctors could study them. It's so dark. I loved it. The atmosphere is so bizarre. It's very like gothic. I felt like it was like more of a gothic romance. I loved it. Honestly, I loved it. I'm super excited to read part 2. It's a duology. The covers are stunning. Let me show you the first one. I have it right here. These are phenomenal, honestly. Like, they look so well together, so well. Then I have here a Spanish book that I just started, which is Dark Academia, which I've been feeling very moody lately. So I want something like really dark. Dark Academia, I just went, I actually just visited Edinburgh, so I'm just in that mood, you know, in that mood. So I really want to read La Luna del Cazador. I've never heard about this one, but I saw it the other day, and you know what? I got it, because it really has a tag Dark Academia up here. But it's basically set on a rehab kind of school for problematic children in the UK, and one night they all hear the scream of a banshee and one of them is going to die. Sounds kind of cool, honestly. I've barely read anything, like 10 pages or something like that, 29, but I'm excited, honestly. This one has me like very hyped up. Even though it has like a medium rating in Goodreads, I feel like it might be like a very hit or miss, so we'll see, but I'm excited. Some of these you may recognize from previous TBRs, but they were left behind, so I really want to read them still. Natural History of Dragons, this is also historical fiction with a sparkle of fantasy, but mostly historical fiction. I've heard incredible things about the memoirs of Lady Trent. This is book 1. And honestly, I just want to give it a try. I was like very into this vibe a couple of months ago, but I'm still like, yeah, I want to read that. I feel like it's going to be pretty light, at least lighter than most of these. So yeah, I'm quite excited. I don't know, I've heard great things. It feels like it's more of a cozy type of read. So I'll try it this month for sure. Then, because the sixth book is out, Disquiet Gods, I really want to do a full reread of the Sun Eater series, even though I'm not really sure if I'm going to read Empire of Silence, because I think I read it last year, so I have a good memory of it, like I remember pretty much everything. So I might just read book 2, which I'm blanking so badly about the name, but I might actually just read book 2 and go from there. But I just really want to do like a full read of the series, because it's just so intense and so many things happen. In here, we're basically going to follow Adrian Marlowe. The thing that we know about him at the beginning is that he's responsible for blowing up an entire solar system and killing billions of people. So we're going to find out why. We also have this alien race here that is trying to kill humans. Honestly, it's great. This is a space opera in such a different level, like it's just gigantic, and each book for me just gets better than the other ones. I've given all of them, I think, 5 stars. So yeah, the weakest book definitely is book 1. So maybe if you didn't like that type of narration or the part about the gladiators, which I actually didn't really like the first time that I read it, but now I'm just like more used to it, definitely still continue. If you don't like book 2, then don't. But still, I'll continue after book 1. It's just really cool, honestly. So then, another reread for me. I really want to reread She Who Became the Sun, because I really want to read the sequel. It's been like a whole year, or maybe more, since I read, since the sequel came out. And I don't really remember much about what happened in book 1 or how it finished, honestly. So I just really need to reread this. Basically start following like 2 siblings. We have a boy and a girl. And of course, because this is set on the 1300s in China, girls are not meant to be anything, basically, but the boy of the family is just like, yeah, you're going to be great, you're going to be the destined one, you're going to bring like honor to this family, until bandits attack this village, the boy dies, and then the sister takes his identity, basically. So she is thrown into this war in the middle of the country. But yeah, I just really want to reread this. I loved it the first time that I read it. I just flew through it, even though a lot of people say that is not really the best paced book. I still really like this, so I will be rereading it this month. Another reread. I don't know why I'm rereading so much lately, but I've been finding like a lot of comfort doing that. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm already like anxious person, so knowing what already happens is just like very secure for me, probably. But I will be rereading The Ninth Reign. Why am I doing this even though I read this not that long ago? Because I really want to read The Bitter Twins. And I feel like the first time that I read this, even though I really liked it, I didn't grasp everything about it. So we're trying again. So in a general sense here, we're going to follow 2 explorers, and they go into this ancient like ruined city of this fallen empire, and then they find like a huge secret there. I'm not going to say anything else because I feel like the less you know about this book, the better. Honestly, I was just like so surprised the first time that I read it. It had like so many cool things. I've already talked about this one a lot, so you probably know like the little twist that we have here, but still. Try The Ninth Reign. I really liked it when I first read it. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars, so it's really cool. But yeah, I will be also rereading this so I can jump into book 2 next month. Then another familiar one, The Shadow of the Torturer. I just really want to read this, okay? But last month, I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling like reading like a classic. I wanted like something light, so that's why I reread the Arcane Ascension series. But yeah, I will be rereading... No, I will be trying again The Shadow of the Torturer by Gene Wolfe, which is a super well-known book, and I'm just really excited, honestly. But in here, basically, we'll follow a executioner's apprentice that was cast away after falling in love with one of their prisoners, and now we're going to follow his path, basically, because maybe fate has something else on the plate for him. But yeah, I really want to read this, okay? This is a bind-up of the first 2 books, actually. This is the Book of the New Sun, Shadow and Claw. But yeah, I will do this, okay? I will do this month. Then for some books that I don't have, physically, I mean, I will be reading The Book That Broke the World. Because the thing is, I enjoyed it, the first book. The Book That Wouldn't Burn? Is it that one? I think so. I think that's the name. But I enjoyed it. The thing is, I thought that I enjoyed it more than I actually did. The more the time passed, I was a little bit more like attached to it. But I still want to read the sequel because I thought that the concept and the world was fantastic, even though the plot ended up meandering a little bit. But I really want to try this one, and because I don't have the first one physically, I read an arc, I will be listening to this one on audio. But basically, in the first book, we follow 2 characters, and it's very hard to explain, honestly. But we are set in this like gigantic library that has no end, and they are exploring that, basically. I'm just gonna leave it at that because it's so complex and so hard to actually explain. Then I will be continuing with Warhammer. I took a break last month because, again, I was feeling like rereading a lot of fantasy, but now I'm starting to feel sci-fi again. So I want to read the 4th book in the Horus Heresy. This is The Flight of the Einstein, which follows after the events of book 3, and I will be not spoiling that because book 3, a lot of happens in book 3. But yeah, this is set on the Warhammer universe. If you've never heard of it, it's basically science fiction, everyone is at war type of read. But I really liked it. It's very dark in general. So honestly, I will be doing a video about the Warhammer reading universe, whatever, pretty soon, because I'm just such a huge fan now. Then I will be also be reading Fina, which, as I told you, I really want to read a little bit more science fiction. This is a short book, or at least a novella, if I'm not mistaken, but I think it's the first in a series. I might be wrong. Honestly, I do not remember what this one is about, but I have it on audio, and I actually heard really good things about it when it came out, I think like 2 years ago, maybe. But yeah, I think it had something to do with the store, about finding someone in different realities, something like that. I might be completely mistaken, but I think it's this one. So yeah, I will be tackling this one this month. And then the last two that I will be reading, one is the winner of SPFBO this year, Murder at Spindle Manor? Murder at Spindle Manor. You will be seeing it right now. But do I know what this one is about? No. But I know that I've been loving every single SPFBO book that I've read in years. So I will be trying this one. I'm really curious that Murder Mystery, because it looks like it, won the competition, honestly. So I really want to try this one. It has me like very intrigued. So I will be reading this one on my Kindle because I got it through Kindle Unlimited last week, I believe. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just really curious, honestly. And then the last one is Requiem for a Star. I talked a little bit about this in the last video. This is a novella set on the same universe as Winds of Strife, following a little story about young Nai, which is the main character in the series, but it's from the perspective of another woman. So yeah, we'll let you know once I'm done with them. But this has a very different tone, because I already started it. Has a different tone of like Winds of Strife. Winds of Strife is very dark fantasy, but this has like a lighter mood and seems like really promising. But I'll let you know very soon. So yeah, those are all the books that I will be reading this month, hopefully. Hopefully, honestly, I'm on a very like strong murder mystery kick. Like I really want to like enjoyable thrillers. I just saw that the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder came out with a new book. I'll probably read that too, but we'll see how the month goes. So yeah, what are you reading this month? Have you read any of these books? As always, just let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!